You don't need a factory reset. You need to close one app. You don't need a fresh start. You don't need a reset. You don't need to reinvent yourself. And you definitely don't need to be fixed. What you need is much smaller than that. You need to close one app. Let me explain. A lot of people tell me they feel tired all the time. Not busy tired, not worked all day tired, but that heavy, foggy kind of tired, even on days when they haven't done very much. And the first thought that usually comes up is something must be wrong with me. So people start thinking about new routines, new habits, new motivation, new versions of themselves. Basically, a full factory reset. But that's not actually the problem. Think about your phone for a moment. When it's slow, overheating or draining battery fast, it's really because the phone is broken. It's because there are too many apps running in the background. Nothing dramatic, nothing flashing, nothing obviously wrong. Just too much. Quietly running. Your mind works the same way. Most people are walking around with mental apps open, like an unfinished conversation, a decision they're avoiding, something they should deal with soon. Guilt about not doing enough, and pressure they keep postponing. None of these feel urgent, but together they drain everything. And here's the key part. Your nervous system doesn't see these as neutral. It sees them as unfinished business. So even when you rest, even when you stop, even when you sleep, your system never fully stands down. That's why rest alone doesn't always work. So people try harder. They push. They motivate themselves. They scroll. They distract. They even try to sleep more. And when none of that fixes it, they assume, I need a full reset. But you don't need to reboot your life. You need to close one app. That's it. Here's the shift most people miss. Energy doesn't always come from stopping. Sometimes it comes from completion. Not big completion, not life-changing completion. Just one small thing your mind keeps reopening. Because when one loop closes, your nervous system gets a clear signal. This is done. And that signal is powerful. More powerful than motivation. More powerful than discipline. More powerful than positive thinking. It's relief. And relief is what tired people are actually looking for. So let's make this practical. If you feel mentally exhausted, don't ask, how do I fix my life? Ask this instead. What's one background app I could close today? Not 5, not 10, 1. It might be sending a message you've been avoiding, making a simple decision you keep postponing, finishing a tiny task you keep mentally reopening. Not because it's productive, not because it's impressive, but because completion tells your system we're not stuck. And notice this. You don't suddenly feel excited. You don't suddenly feel motivated. You feel lighter, quieter, less tense. That's how you know it worked. So if you're feeling worn out, foggy, or strangely tired even after rest, don't assume you're broken. You're probably just overloaded. You don't need a reset. You don't need a new identity. You need to close one app. And that's enough for today. Okay, friends? Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Go on. Close that app and feel lighter.